All right,
Let's do it.
do this thing. Helen, founder.
Hi, Bo Dickerson, the Chief Executive Officer of the Bombco. We're here today to answer your questions and to get you excited about what we're doing here at the Bombco, because we're certainly excited about our future and what we have to offer to you as our potential owners and investors.
Sounded like I was getting your voicemail right there. Hi, Bo Dickerson with the Bombco. I'm not available to talk right now. Heard that one a lot.
What is the minimum investment amount?
The minimum you can invest is $500, but you can invest up to, what, $2 million, I think now?
What was the highest amount anyone's ever invested?
The highest amount people have invested is $150,000. The most common investment last raise was $1,000. So far, the most common investment this raise is $2,000. And the reason why it's the most common is because with $2,000, you get a free year-long Blender Bomb subscription, which is crazy. That means you get 2 bags of Blender Bombs a month, every single month for a full year, which is a $720 value. Plus you get ownership, you get shares in the company. No brainer. If you can afford $2,000 to invest in the company, do it right now.
Why are you crowdfunding?
Yeah, I mean, crowdfunding for me is, I'm sure our Chief Financial Officer and Helen would tell you, when I joined the company, I was a little bit skeptical about it. And the more research I did, I don't understand why anyone specifically that's a consumer product wouldn't crowdfund, right? So when you're a small startup with a small organization, a small team of people, you're not like Kellogg's, you're not like Anheuser-Busch, you're not like ConAgra with thousands of salespeople out there. So it's a way to really ingrain people into your company, because they aren't investors, they're owners. They take ownership in your company. So in addition to being able to fund the company financially, you're creating a whole community of people that are evangelists for your brand, right? So I think anyone that's a consumer product that has any sort of community following, whether it's social or organically following, they're almost foolish not to crowdfund. Not even from a financial standpoint, but just from a strategic growth and awareness standpoint. It's a great way to grow awareness about your brand and create active people in your community that are passionate, that are going to spread the word about your brand.
I too was skeptical of crowdfunding because I had never personally invested in a crowdfunding platform before. I didn't know anything about it. I thought it was a scam. I did my homework, and it is the future. Guys, every company in the future will have some portion of its company owned by its community, because the communities are the ones building the brands in the first place.
There's nothing wrong with private capital, venture capital, angel capital.
It's great.
I've been involved with those type of things in the past, and the majority of those investments are mostly, not always, but mostly business people that are looking for some sort of return. It's a good business decision. There's nothing wrong with that, but they aren't necessarily immersed into your mission and your brand. And also, like, if you're going to give someone the opportunity to have upside in your brand, why not give the people that are users and passionate about your brand upside versus just, for lack of better terms, rich hedge fund people who already have that opportunity. There's nothing wrong with that. We can't say we would never align with some sort of private capital. But I think with the stage we're at, allowing early stage investors that are passionate users and brand members to have a potential to have the upside of the brand over venture capital and private capital at the beginning, that to me is exciting, and that to me should be exciting to anyone that's investing in our brand.
I agree. At this stage, it makes way more sense to us to get our community involved. In the future, we very well might take on private equity when we're bigger. Think about it like a friends and family round, like getting in early. Like, this will be the last chance that we ever let our community invest. The other thing is, only 2% of private capital goes towards women-owned companies. I only have so much time and effort that I can put into crowdfunding and trying to raise money. I would rather put it into you guys and give you guys that opportunity to invest, rather than pitching hundreds of different private capital companies and only 2% of them might invest. It makes no sense, and it has to change. That industry has to change.
Shed some more light on that statistic of 2% of private capital goes to women-founded businesses. Is 40% of businesses 40% of their are founded by women.
Yeah, 44%.
44%, she knows the exact statistics. So for easy math, we'll round up. Half of the business out there are founded by women, but 98% of the capital goes to men-founded companies.
Right.
91% of our first round of investors were women, and over 70% of our customers were women.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, I feel so good going to sleep at night knowing that I'm giving this opportunity to women.
Okay, is this like a Kickstarter?
No, guys, this is not a Kickstarter. With a Kickstarter, you are just like funding a company, donating. You're not getting equity. This, you're actually getting equity. The first raise, I sold 10% of my company to the community. This raise, it's going to be roughly around 10% again. We've already sold 5 of that 10%. So So we have another 5-6% that we're willing and able to sell. And then that's it. I'm not selling any more to the community. Love y'all though.
What will the funds be used for?
A detailed explanation down to literally like the dollar of how the funds will be used is available in our RegCF offering on startengine.com. But top level, the majority of the funds are used to fuel growth, right? We're going to dump it into our digital marketing. It's our primary acquisition channel, building off what Helen already does on social media, being able to build on that from a paid acquisition standpoint through various social channels, specifically Instagram, Meta, and also expanding in retail. Like when you go into a retailer, there's usually fees associated with setting up the product, getting the product in, promoting the product, guarantees. There's a lot that goes into it that we're going to be doing. So, but ultimately, almost all the funds will be going to fuel growth for the company. I also think we're in a unique position. Is like we're sort of growing and crawling out of that testing phase where we have a recipe for success that works. It's just a matter of fueling that recipe to continue to add growth to the company.
Are you planning to launch more products?
Yes. If it was up to Helen, we would launch a lot more products. The pipeline of innovation and ideas is endless, but we want to be methodical in how we launch products to make sure they're successful, profitable, and margin accretive, and also make sure that we are focusing on our core products and growing them too, because it's really easy just to launch new things and grow.
But also we want to make sure they're better than anything else out there on the market.
Correct. In the short term, we know with pretty much certainty that we're going to launch a marine collagen with a twist in 2025. And I hate to use the word relaunch, but we're also rebranding and relaunching and reconfiguring our world-class granola. So really 2 launches that we're going to have in 2025. And last year we launched the protein. So the cycle, ideas, and opportunities are virtually endless, but that's what we have planned in the short term. In a perfect world, based on the current trajectory over the next, say, 3 to 5 years, it'd be great to launch 2 new innovations per year. But that's
that are
only
different and better than anything else out there.
Correct. They're different, unique, better, but that if it makes sense at the time.
Yeah, and it will help our company increase the valuation as quickly as possible. Also, something interesting is me being in the position of being a health and wellness influencer. I have the opportunity to test a lot of new products, but I also have feedback and insight from you guys about what's working for you, what's not working for you, what you want to see out there on the market, how we can make certain products better, how other brands can make other products better. And we can take all that data and launch products with confidence because we know they're solving a problem that currently isn't being solved in the market. End goal is to launch but obviously that's way later down the road, Bo, I promise. But we're doing R&D right now.
Who would acquire the Bonco?
I think there's always 3 potential scenarios, right? It's good to know all of your options in terms of acquisition. The optimal outcome would be a strategic partner would purchase us, meaning that a large conglomerate in the CPG industry would purchase as a bolt-on acquisition.
Like a Kellogg's or a Nabisco or a whatever.
Correct. The second option would be a private equity firm comes in, takes a majority stake or even purchases the whole company. Obviously, their goal would be to resell the company. That happens all the time. And the third one would be sort of more of a boutique, smaller investor that just wants to purchase the company because it makes sense in terms of profitability and long-term growth for them. Those are usually things like family offices that would purchase it. They're not looking to sell companies. They're looking for stable companies that will produce profits and revenue. So there's three outcomes. And technically there's even a fourth one. If you really hit some significant growth in revenue metrics, is you could make it an official public offering, like sell it on the stock exchange. So there's really 4. We see those 3, whether it's a strategic private equity or a private or an individual investor to purchase.
This is a big one. What will happen to the quality of the product if you sell to a big company?
I think when people look at some of the recent acquisitions, shouldn't go down at all because our product is simple and real. right? It doesn't have a lot of, these ingredients that you have to go out there and extract or make in a chemistry lab. And some of those things are real. These are just real things that are involved in nature. So I think anyone that would purchase us could actually could help us enhance it. We're constantly every day trying to improve the quality of our products. And our core promise is that everything you're going to get is going to be all real and natural. But we're constantly trying to improve upon that every day. And I think with the budget and the R&D and the operations of a big conglomerate company, you can do it even better. And I also think they see the insights and they're smart. Like most of the big companies used to go in and take a brand name, I won't say any, and then they would sort of bastardize the ingredients and live off the brand name. But this day and age, people are too educated and have instant information. They're turning it around. I think if the big companies that make the purchases now are doing so to open up a new line, extensions, and new customers within their current platform.
Yeah, I get it. 10 years ago, that'd be something to be concerned about, but now it's not.
When can we expect an ROI?
Legally, we're not allowed to make any specific claims, but we certainly have internal plans and goals and targets that we want to hit. And it's our internal goal to be able to hit our ROI targets in 3 to 5 years maximum. But like we said, that's our internal plan. That isn't a claim, but that is what we're targeting.
So our goal is to get to 20 million in revenue in 3 to 5 years and then sell. And historically, CPG companies sell for 3 to 5x revenue, but category kings can sell anywhere up to like 8 to 12x revenue. You want to go over some CPG exits in the past and what their multiples were?
Yeah, certainly. Obviously, one of the people that and brands that I was adjacent with and founders that I had some direct experience with Bai Brands, which is Ben Weiss's brand. Bai, B-A-I. Some of you might remember their Justin Timberlake Super Bowl commercial. Botanical Antioxidant Infusion is what it stands for.
It's like you work there or something.
Yeah, almost. But they, they sold their brand to Dr. Pepper Keurig for over a 10x, I think a 12x multiple. They were around 120 to 150 million in revenue and sold for over $1 billion. That's a big one. The last couple of years, we saw Hu Chocolate, a non-dairy chocolate brand, sell for an extensive multiple. These are all brands that were really category creators. I mean, even this past year, Ghost Energy Drink, which is arguably not even a category creator. They're more of a new innovator within a segment, like meaning that they're bringing in a new customer group. Like Ghost Energy really started to bring in the sort of Gen Zers to energy drinks, and they sold for, I think, over a 10 multiple as well. So those are some examples that we look at and we aspire to be. Doesn't mean that's going to happen for us, but that's certainly what we're planning to see.
We open another raise again.
So this is going to be the last public offering that we do. This is going to be the last time we ever offer crowdfunding to our community. That is why I am repeating myself so much.
Why was this raise extended again?
Our intention was to keep the raise short, but as we were coming to the close, the platform that we're on, Start Engine, offered us the opportunity to be what they call an in-house brand to help market the raise because they believed in our product and our mission. So we, of course, didn't want to turn that down, and we agreed to align with them and extend the raise. It made the most sense for our business and also our current shareholders.
Now, we didn't think we'd get the opportunity to extend the raise until April, so it's a good thing. All right, thank you. Go invest. If you have any questions, you know where to find me in the DMs. But seriously, go invest now. Do not wait until the last minute. You don't know if you're ever going to have to pay for a glitch. April 24th, midnight, it's when it closes, guys. And this is the last time you will ever get this opportunity from us again. So do not miss out. We're excited to have you. Yay!
Yay!
Okay, now that Mr. Bo is gone, now I get to be a little bit emotional.
Why is this raise so personal to you?
This raise is so personal to me because I do not want you to miss out. I cannot explain to you how serious I am when I say we are going to hit our goal. We are going to sell this company. We are going to hit the 20 million in revenue. We're going to get a good multiple. I know it's going to happen. I do not want you to miss out. I did not grow up with wealth. I did not grow up with any financial literacy whatsoever. I've had to teach myself everything that I know. I'm still learning every single day. I have surrounded myself with the best of the best, the brightest minds, people who have been there with businesses, grown them, sold them. They've done it over and over and over again. I am learning so much every single day. Everything that I'm learning, I'm pouring back into Blender Bombs. I will not let this fail. It is my lifeline. I want you on board. I want you to see how rare of an opportunity it is to be able to buy in to a company like this at the stage that we're in, and to be able to grow your money quicker than you would grow it in the stock market. I can't make any promises. Like realistically, I legally can't make any promises, but I can tell you that it's personal to me because I want you to see how big of a deal this is. Because it's something where you don't understand how big of a deal it is until you're on the other side of it. But I'm trying to get you to get ahead of it, if that makes sense.
Why should I invest in you and not just the product?
Oh, good question. Okay, I believe in me more than I believe in anyone else in the entire world. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I've done. I know what I'm currently doing. I know exactly where I'm going. I know where this company is going. And I think that you can only put your money behind people who believe in themselves first and who hold themselves to a certain standard where they cannot let themselves fail. And so that's why I think you should believe in me.
How do you want your investors to feel being a part of this journey?
I actually visualize this every single day in my morning visualization. Do you guys see why I wanted to be alone and not have our CEO with me as I talked about my daily visualizations? Because he's like, if that's not all the numbers, it's not real. True, but also the mind is more powerful than anything else. What I visualize every single morning is the text that I'm gonna get from people and the crying phone calls that I'm gonna get from people being like, I can't believe I put my money behind Blender Bombs and like I did this and I believed in her and I believed in this company, and now I'm looking at this number in my bank account that is so much bigger than the amount that I gave you guys 5 years ago, and it's because I believed in the right person. And I want to make you guys so proud. Like, I want you to be so proud to have supported me and to have supported this company and to have played a part in getting this habit, this daily smoothie habit, into the routines of so many other people, because it just is one simple way to drastically change your life. Like, when you weigh risks and rewards of certain habits, or like of effort, like the effort that it takes to make a smoothie every day versus the reward that you get from implementing that habit, it just like, I can't even show how high it is. Okay, so we're gonna overlay the perks right here so you can read this. If I was going into this, I'd either do the $2,000 mark or I'd do the $60,000 mark. Most people aren't gonna be able to do the $60,000 mark, but if you could, that's what I would do. If you could do the 2,000 and you could stretch it, that's what I would do, because it's gonna get you that free Blender Bomb subscription. But if you can barely do anything, like, try to get in that 500. If you are scared to invest and you're willing to take a risk, try in at the lowest rate, the $500, and just bet on yourself and bet on me, bet on the company. But definitely screenshot this so you can actually go through the perks later. I'm not gonna bore you and read them line by line. Bonus shares are a big deal. That means you're getting shares for free. That means you're getting more ownership in the company for free. Bonus shares are a really big deal. Oh yeah, if you want to invest, go invest right now. Guys, you can't wait. You can't wait until the last minute. You don't know if there's gonna be a glitch in the paperwork. Last raise, so many people were cutting it down to the wire by like a minute or two. Don't do that. It could take you hours. It could take you 2 minutes. It could take you 2 days. You just don't know. Go do it now. And most of all, thank you. Thank you for believing in me and supporting in me and for drinking your freaking smoothie every day. I feel like we're gonna grow old together, and that's a cool feeling. We're gonna hold each other's hand as we age gracefully. I'm just very proud of us.